Hello there, cute beanie covering your ears. BitBoy has released a breaking video. The Shiba Inu founder has been doxed, or hasn't. I've gone through some comments. A lot of people are saying he got the person wrong, which is funny. No one's surprised. But I'm telling you why I'm bullish. I like what I see here, friends. I'm learning about the ecosystem more from different parts of the community. And I'm just showing you how the puzzle falls into place. Now, I'm not saying go FOMO buy SHIB. No. We have other alternatives to gain exposure. But BitBoy, Benny, has gone through this video. He goes step by step. First, he questions, is it SBF? All right. Is it SBF? But I'm going to show you the most interesting parts. So there was a DAO created, all right? You can read down here if you squint your eyes. Karma DAO claims its goal to be a central place of alignment for value-add relationships and business networking. This is nerd speak for insiders. Okay? That's what it is. So, years ago, at some point, they make this thing, this DAO called Karma DAO. You know GCR, one of the greatest legendary traders of crypto, he was in it too. And we're going to go through that too. So we're learning together, friends. There are cabals. There are insider groups out there. Now, I don't think they all form with the intention to take over the world or anything. But this is what humans do. Every power structure does this. People get connections together. They join groups. And there was this group called Karma DAO. They formed it. And Benny Boy here, he shows the creation of it. This was back in 2020. So a man named Andrew Lee, he makes this article about, hey, Karma DAO, value-add relationships, right? That's just, when you hear words like that, just think of, they're insiders, and me and you are outsiders, all right? And I'm liking this so far. So, the information here, he continues. We go through Karma DAO, and look, they said, look, there's too many bad actors and scams in the place, so we want to do a value-add relationship and network, but, you know, it gets more juicy than that. So, there's a leaked list of all the Karma DAO people. Funny. This got sent to Benny, and it has everyone's details, all these people, and he scrolls through it, and you can see how just a lot of these people, if you look on the far right, you can see everyone's role here. So I'm just going to use my arrow, friends. Just have a look at here. Some here was a yield farmer. Alex, low cap gem, hunter, fintech. Look, you know what that means? It means I get in, I grab coins and I dump on everyone. That's just, it's funny to hear this description. Absolutely funny. So look at this. You have other people. They are expertises in OTC and fundraising. And then you have investor. It's funny. You know what investor means? It's just, hey, let me be your friend while I do some sucky and I'll give you money and you'll give me a return on that. That's what it is. It's absolutely hilarious to see all these labels because we know what they're all doing. It's kind of funny, right? The next one, you have the traders, right? So there's all these different roles and everyone's there for like yield, so all these different roles, right? It's funny. These people have a ETH maximalist role. Oh, man. Friends, just let me tell you something. If you ever get invited to one of these insider groups, do not call yourself a maximalist of everything, all right? Or anything, okay? You want to be an open mind, okay? I'm just trying to help you out here. I'm not involved in any of these, like, super secret things, okay? Look at this. There's even marketers. There's researchers. Look how in-depth this is, friends. Analyst? What do you need analysts for? I mean, marketer, growth hacker, product, engineer. So you can see all these people come in. They're coming in together. They're like, hey, let's build stuff together. Now, it's funny. This is how the friendships and relationships are formed. And look, at the end of the day, me and you, remember, we are outsiders, okay? We are the ones who get dumped on, all right? Now, I buy with the strong hands. You saw me on Twitter and YouTube losing my mind, getting super aggressive in the bear market, calling everyone scum, saying we're going to beat you, damn you bears, you're smelly, you poop in the woods, you bears, we're going to beat yous. And I had this vengeance in me. So I'm here, I'm on your side. We're in this together. These people aren't on our side. They're not. They're part of communities, different groups. They're the ones who get the insider allocations. They're the ones who end up dumping on us. Okay? And then they disappear. as fast as the sun rises and sets in the day, they disappear. So it's funny, right? You have all these ones. I mean, even look at this, friends. CEO and co-founder. Like, there's this Karma DAO had a lot of people. And what's absolutely super amazing is Mr. Box Mining. Shout out to my boy Mikey. I didn't know you were in here, Mikey. Friends, I'm in the Box Mining Telegram. It's private. But I'm telling you now, even though the Telegram is private, it's not like there's insider deals going on or anything. It's literally just, hey, anybody want to be a degenerate on this chain? That's just what it is every second day. Okay, so it's not some sort of secret deal. But it's interesting. This is where all these people met and they hang, right? And look, there's even here Degen and Troll. I wonder if that might have been my label, Degen and Troll. It's funny, right? So all these people come in, they congregate, and yes, the SHIB founders. This is where things were brewing. So why I'm bringing this to your attention is this is linked to SHIB, right? Because on the surface, you just see a picture of a dog. And you're like, huh? I just saw this picture of a dog. It's a scam. It's a scam. But there's something deeper going on. You don't accidentally get a 1 million X pump with only a, how much is it down here? Like 80-something%, 88%. I know 88% is enormous and it's disgusting, but it did not erase all of the value put in, all right? So Benny Boy goes through, he shows you all the Karma players, he tries to weed it out, and he tries to do these links and connections. And eventually, they get to this fund unification, and he goes through and he tries to match some names, and he has a gentleman here who I've looked up. I'm not going to show him, so it doesn't even matter. But this person was in crypto, and just for like out of respect for him, look, I'll be honest, you can watch it if you want. There's nothing there. He has no history. He's super anonymous. He was even getting his name deleted from the internet in 2019. That's how paranoid he is, this guy. Now, this gentleman, apparently people said this is the person who helped bootstrap the SHIB ecosystem. But this isn't actually the project lead today. So honestly, it doesn't even really matter, friends. All these different things, like, wow, who cares, right? Who cares? So we go through, right? And there's a lot of these like different posts put in through. And at the end of the day, what's most interesting is that you can see here, there's something bigger going on. This is not a little pump and dump thing. This isn't. But I want to reveal to you something interesting that was mentioned by BitBoy in some of the chats over there. So in the chats and in the forwarded information sources, it's very interesting that when SHIB was started, there's conversations of them discussing how to make it popular. And one of the things they talk about is sending the money to Vitalik. So that's what they actually did. So this is something we're learning together, right? So SHIB was first coin to send their supply to Vitalik. And then you know what they actually do, friends, in here? They actually describe, they go, yeah, that'll be a good press release. So they sent the coins to Vitalik's wallet address, who's the founder of Ethereum. They just sent them there. And then they got articles written about it. They went and made the articles. They gave information out there, which blew my mind out because I'm like, oh, wow, this is, I mean, look, we know this happens, but it's amazing to see the conversation and BitBoy showing, hey, this is actually what goes on. And yes, this is what goes on behind the scenes. Everything we see, even in the media, is just as manipulated as what we see on television, right? You saw the zombie virus. Like, you know what the hell's going on? Yeah, could have put some poison in you. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Like, we got no idea. Now, if we know they screwed something like the zombie virus up, well, my God. I mean, you definitely know they're doing something with crypto. Okay, and this information is vital because you see how hard it is to get popular. They're all trying to win. This is the funny part. You know, all the whales are colluding, friends. So they have this idea, and the SHIB, they're discussing. They go, well, you know, if we send it to Vitalik, we can get this article written about. It'd be pretty good. Now, they didn't have any money at the time because, you know, SHIB back then, down here, right? So actually here, SHIB only had 850 holders. You know, it has, and up here it hit 1.2 million, and today it's got 1.3 million. Okay, so I did Metcalfe's law. I've done my tweets, and yeah, it literally did a 1 million times your money. So you put $1 in, yes, you would have 1.1 million up there. I'm not joking, not making it up. No one believes. Go look it up. It's on Uniswap. It's literally on Uniswap. Type in SHIB WETH. You can look it up yourself. That's actually SHIB versus Ethereum. Okay, did a 1.3 million X. It's all on there on chain. So another interesting part is they mentioned that they show some comments how people assumed SHIB was just a fluke, an overnight success, which, let's be honest, friends, something happened there, right? But they said that the person behind it in charge, it was like a lifelong journey to try get this thing to work. Now, I'm telling you now, something here was magical. And I always try to figure out, like, why did this thing go up the way it did? There were insiders. You had GCR. You literally had all these insiders in this Karma DAO. How are we to know that they're not in another private group where they form friendships, secret connections, and they coordinate this stuff? And at the end of the day, we're just trying to suss out, is there value here or not? What I liked from when BitBoy doxed the founder is I got this vibe. This is just me. I'm trying to read the signals of the universe here, all right? My little peanut brain. I used to, back in the day, used to play competitive games, right? And I used to watch, a lot of the replays, Counter-Strike. I used to see who were the greatest talents. And often, sometimes, right, you'd see really, really, really bright, shining stars, really young kids. But there was always something unsettled about them. Like, they needed everything to be right. They might be, like, autistic in some sense. And I don't mean to use it in a way where they don't know what's going on, but I mean to use it in a way where everything needs to be perfect. And if it is, this kid will play like a 10 out of 10 game and they will just stomp everyone. They will like absolutely be amazing. We used to have a guy in Australia like that, a kid. He was like a 17-year-old kid. His name was Benor. He used to play for a team in Melbourne. I'll never forget this. And he would actually go overseas and Australia, we'd get stomped, but he would make the other team scared. Just his 17-year-old kid. It was like the most, you couldn't believe it. Like we were literally not even that good, right? And when I watched this video, when I got this vibe of watching this founder, this person who he seems he wants to live in the shadows a bit because they couldn't get attention too much, right? So I remember from this kid in Melbourne, I was watching him play. When he would get too much hype and he had too much pressure, he would either play, I'm not joking, he would either be last on the team or he would be first. That's it, in terms of the team of 5. And I would never forget this. I'm like, man, this kid's like, if he's on, move out, man. He's literally stomping everyone from every country. But if he's off, anyone can beat him. I got the vibe here as well. But for some reason, right, this is the way the universe crumbled its cookies on us, friends. Shiba Inu is the chosen one. You needed so many things to line up. You had Doge, right? So I'll just quickly remind you, Doge did the 220x, if you remember. Doge had Elon Musk pumping. And Doge had Elon Musk pumping, shilling it, and people wanted to come into crypto, and they wanted to buy a low unit bias coin, and memes happened to be what they wanted to go to. Of all things happening, and SHIB just ticked all the boxes. And that sent the money to Vitalik, and it just, its price was like, it had like 600 trillion supply, quadrillion. It was just so many things lined up, and it's still around. So a lot of people think, this thing's worth nothing, whatever, but their community is strong, man. The SHIB have a very, very vibrant, energetic community, but it's different to other communities. So I can, obviously, another strong community is the PulseChain and Hex community. The SHIB community is different. They are more in the shadows. They are younger at heart. I would say they're more soft. And I'll even show you some of the language friends because I've done these tweets, right? I love collecting this info and just showing you. So I'm gonna so right now there's SHIB there's SHIB FUD going on, and this was the current project lead. This is who BitBoy thought he was like doxing, right? Satoshi Kusama. So here we go. Hours ago, some FUD broke out about SHIB and its Shibarium Layer 2 coming out. I said SHIB is the Miracle Ball token, as I've just shown you with 1 million X. They are obviously timing the market and have been stalling a release. This is obviously my theory. Look at this part. But the community doesn't understand cycles, so they think there's foul play. Now look at this. This is how he types. So sad to see what so many of my former friends have become for greed. May you all find peace as you try to discredit us to shield whatever. I wish you all the best as we continue to push forward. So when you read this, I know some of you are confused, right? But when I read this, I'm trying to get into this person's personality. He's still speaking a bit cryptic, a bit in the shadows. He's speaking a bit in the background. And it's just a different personality type. It's a different archetype to what we see in Hex and PulseChain. With Hex and PulseChain, it is We are climbing the mountain and we are stomping, everyone. There are just dead bodies around us. Don't even try to come. The army will come for you, right? This is remember, younger at heart, softer type of person. Okay? And it reflects in their community, by the way. It really does, right? It's more lighthearted. I mean, it's pictures of dogs. Like, you got millions of dollars stored in a coin just has a picture of a dog on it, right? So, very interesting. You can see all these. Now, there's FUD going on, and I just want to quickly show you. So, we're not going to go through all of this, but it was very, very striking how Gunther left Hex, PulseChain community, kind of backlashed about him, and now it's happening in the SHIB ecosystem. So, SHIB went up so much, friends. SHIB went up so much that, you know, I guess they couldn't plan for all the people they were trying to recruit. Like, they go from a market cap, of like $5,000 or $100,000 to $6 billion. Right, actually went to like 50 billion from that. Oh my god, 1 million X in size. That's phenomenal. So they obviously didn't know how to hire everybody perfectly and correct and whatever. And maybe we're just seeing a bit of the cracks in the system now. But there's been a complete system overhaul. And that's the most important part. These guys know what they're doing, man. They know exactly what they're doing. So I've made the SHIB Metaverse video. So I made the SHIB Metaverse video, and before I even knew this story and all the deeper workings, I'm telling you right now, if you watch my video, you can see, okay, we're still early. NFTs are mostly 99% down, which is good, right? You're buying like huge margin of safety. The SHIB ecosystem, it's going full metaverse, and a lot of people still think it's a scam. This just ticks so many of my boxes. I really recommend go watch all my SHIB videos. I've got more coming. Really important to understand this ecosystem, because you cannot ignore something that did a 1 million X, all right, in 1 year. Don't ignore it. You want to ignore it? That's on you, okay? I'm going to keep researching it. And I've gonna look at the SHIB ETH chart here for you. So yeah, I get asked all the time, man, like, why don't you buy SHIB? Look, I can't go big size in something that's only down 72%. That's not good enough for me. I need super conviction, friends. You need to really sell this to me that can this thing get to 100 billion market cap in size, etc.? I think it can. Like, they did something good before, but it's really hard to tell me that we've washed enough people when you're only down minus 72%. Hex, for example, went down minus 92% against ETH. So if SHIB goes down to where it would match Hex, it's down here. Look at that, all the way down here. So SHIB needs to drop another 70% from here against Ethereum if it does that. There's no guarantees it does that, okay? So if it gets there, yeah, now we're talking some serious plays. We can make some serious plays, but it's not there. And instead of watching it and potentially missing out, that's why I made the SHIB Metaverse video. Because this is what I do. This is my job. I work for the people. I am you, you are me. Our slippers are fluffy together. We have straight backs, okay? You are a kind baby doll friend. That's why I'm showing you. You can participate in the upside success of something by taking like a derivative play or an NFT play or something smaller in the ecosystem. Because at the end of the day, here's the thing, right? If you bought SHIB here, let's say SHIB only hits like a 5x in the next bull market, which is disastrous, right? Let's say it only hits a 5x. If you went in with big size, you're going to be upset because you're like, oh my God, I could have bought Hex for 7 cents and made a 30x instead of a 5x, right? That could happen. But so you would basically consider a 5x to be a loss. 5x is basically a loss. Let's write that down, right? So here's the thing. You want to still be in something small enough so that if SHIB goes up 5x, potentially there's a lot more upside. And that's why I'm exploring the ecosystem. There's all these doggy coins on this NFT and like, it's crazy, friends. They're going to build games in Metaverse. It's Disney theme park experience, man. Crazy stuff's happening. And we're just going to be a part of it. We don't know exactly what's going to work. A lot of scams. But you have to be here, man. You really do. And that's why you're watching me. Like, subscribe, bell button, all. I love you all, friends. You know, there's a lot of information here to go through. But at the end of the day, you're still going to have to hold. We're still going to have to hold everything in our cute little metaverse. It could go to 0. They're below mints. Whatever else comes next, you got to take it on the chin. You got that water pistol is gonna squirt your face so many times, right in your face. You're just gonna have to sit tight. We're gonna be in. It might take 3 years. It might take 3 years. Whenever I click a buy, by the way, I already mentally say to myself, 3 years, every single time. I want it to happen faster, but I know, man, if you want things to happen earlier, but they don't, you lose a lot of stamina. A lot of people paper handle those. So, SHIB dropped 99%, then pumped 700x, then dropped 96%, then pumped 3,150x. Okay? 99%. It's nuts. All right? It's nuts what happened here. You could only make it to the end if you hold. So we're going to keep looking for all these opportunities, right? And there's current SHIB FUD going on. I want to participate in the ecosystem. I'm paying attention to this because, man, it's so much stronger than all these other coins, man. All these other coins, they're not sticky, friends. They're not sticky at all, right? Polygon, Binance, Phantom. There's all these other chains. Different layer 2s for Ethereum. They're not sticky. They say they're sticky. They're not. No one cares about them. They're just there for the money. Liquidity has to beget liquidity, but what if someone comes with a really good idea, starts sucking out the liquidity? They're finished. They're finished. And you have smarter people there. People who think more with price to earnings and this, that. With the SHIB community, you got a lot of emotion. A lot of euphoria buying, right? There's more opportunity. So, they even got betrayed here. That's the funny part in the FUD. And I made a joke here. Right, one of the doggies went to go sniff the butts of the other pups in the park. So it's amazing that a meme coin like this is having the exact same parallels as what Bitcoin had and as what Hex community had, with the betrayals and all these characters of these stories, okay? So even though BitBoy has trying to dox the SHIB founder, I like it. I'm actually more bullish. I've discovered more information about it, and I can see that there's a grand plan. And I really think, look, maybe they fluked it, man. Maybe their whole idea of let's send Vitalik half the coins, because they were the first one to do it, maybe that was such a fluke. But oh man, who would have thought, friends? Who would have actually thought that's going to be the $1 billion idea? Send half the coins to Vitalik. And oh man. But you need a lot of other things to go right. So what I actually am more appreciative is BitBoy, he gets ratioed. Right, when BitBoy posts about SHIB and tries to do anything negative, the communities are really, really, really strong. Really strong. And that's exactly what you want to see. So don't forget, I'm going to pay attention. Maybe this Metaverse thing, maybe it's a dud. Or maybe it goes to 0. I don't care. But we're going to keep it in here because at least there is an ecosystem to play. And how else to think about it is, I know Hex is cheap, right? For example, 8 cents. But let's fast forward, man. Let's say it's the year 2026. What if Hex is $2, right? Let's say Hex is $2, $2 to $5 up here, right? And someone comes into the PulseChain ecosystem and they're like, man, PulseX is 200x from the ICO. PulseChain is 200x from the ICO. Hex is now $2. I want to participate in the next bear market upside, but I don't know how much upside I can get from them. Now, I'm just letting you know that's. You might think, hey, we're at $2, we can go to $200 in the next one. I understand that, but we don't even have that option to begin with. It's just something to think about. We don't even have that option. There is no PulseChain ecosystem to put your to allocate into. So basically, most of your core would be stuck. Not even stuck. Most of your core is just waiting in the recovery rally for these until an ecosystem fleshes out. And we're going to be super skeptical of any ecosystem in PulseChain anyway, because we know 99.9% of coins are just designed to go to 0 with everyone dumping as well. So the conclusion, remember, there are insiders working together, trying to form all these teams, all these factions in crypto. But at the end of the day, we know what's up. You're going to have to hold the strongest coins of all. You're going to have currency units of conviction. And we're going to keep paying attention to this. So don't sleep on any of this opportunity. But, if you're absolutely struggling, keep saving up money, because in the next 24 months, there's going to be a lot of new things that come. Tell your mummy love her, friends. Catch you next time.